What's going on, everyone? It's Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern, and when I can, I go live and I bring you somebody I think you should know about, and that's why I got New York Nico here, Nicolas Heller. He's also a filmmaker. We're going to get into all that, but first, you know what I got to do. This is not a green screen. This is 42 West 18th Street. You are always welcome here. I did a demo here last night. You can check that out over on the Adorama Events channel. It's a separate channel, but these chairs are here for you, just like that chat's here for you. But I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this. Boom. Shure. You guys know Shure. It's a 100-year running brand. This is a legendary audio company. We're talking about the SM58, which is the OG handheld mic, the SM7B, the SM7DB, which you've probably seen every streamer on earth using, including myself. I own that one. So check out the full line for Shure mics down below at the link. Thank you, Shure, for hooking it up. And I want to give a massive thank you to Tenba. Tenba's been supporting this show. You know why? Because they really appreciate creators. And you get a custom Tenba with the metal plate engraved Coffee with Creators bag.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's cool.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. And that'll fit your entire kid because I know your kid's tight.
Yes.
And they've been around since 1977, and they were started by a photographer right here in New York. That is a New York brand, and we're very proud of that. So, Tenba, thank you so much for supporting this. Check out their links down below for their full lineup. And last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you to Gotham Roasters, which is one block up on 19th Street. If you ever come in here, go over there, tell them Adorama sent you. Cheers, kid.
Cheers.
What'd you get?
I got a black tea with brown sugar.
It's not brown sugar, it's raw sugar.
Raw sugar. Sugar in the raw, yeah.
Sugar in the raw.
In the brown packet.
It sounds like a novel you read in junior high, Sugar in the Raw. But thank you, Gotham Roasters. And this is all Nicolas Heller's tags. Who is Nicolas Heller? Well, number one, he wrote the guide to New York City. You know why? Because I have never seen someone build communities and keep communities tight and share a community like this guy has done. I'm a New York native. I was born here, and this guy brings true heart of New York people to the forefront. And I can't thank him enough for that. You have a block party every year with a lot of these people. I mean, it's so real and organic, and it's not an influencer thing. It's like, this is a guy that's lived here forever, and here's his perspective. But
sometimes they become influencers.
They do become influencers, and we're going to talk about that also. But also a filmmaker. The film I watched first from you was actually the New York mayor race, where you had all these people you didn't know were running talk about why they're running, and that was wild, right? But you have this ability to connect with people, no matter if there's a platform you're sharing or not. You can definitely feel it. And then I just watched your newest film, which is about the New York Marathon. And I was like, this is probably going to be boring. And, I'm training for the marathon. Nope. There's stories so deep about a guy whose wife that passed away. He's doing it for her. Someone that survived cancer. They're doing it for that. And then you really realize what the New York Marathon is about. It's not the marathon. No. It really isn't.
No. It's
so
everyone, individual stories.
This is New York. This is New York Nico, Nicolas Heller. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, man.
So where did this all start for you? Like, why? I get that you get a kick out of people, and you're like, this is where I live. This is where. I mean, you grew up a couple blocks from Adorama.
Yeah, I grew up on 16th and between 5th and 6th.
Where did this start for you? Putting people in the forefront and sharing all these people that are around you.
It's very interesting that we're having this conversation here, because literally a few blocks from here in Union Square is kind of where this all began. Like I said, I grew up on 16th between 5th and 6th, went to high school nearby. And I just grew up with, these guys being my neighbors. And then I went to college at Emerson College in Boston. I went for film and, started making music videos while I was in college. And not to go on too much of a tangent here, but because we're at Adorama, I feel like I should share this story. My junior year at college, I started making, it's around the time that the 7D came out, the Canon 7D.
The Canon 7D, yeah.
And I didn't really pay attention in school. I didn't really have friends in the film department, but I really wanted to make my own movies. So once I was able to get my hands on a Canon 7D, I just started shooting on my own. And technically, I wasn't skilled because I wasn't paying attention in class. I didn't know how to use these cameras.
But you knew what you were after, right?
I knew what I was after, and I also worked the fact that I was so amateur technically into my aesthetic. So the films that I started making were from the point of view of a camera guy or from the point of view of a security camera or what have you, so that it didn't have to look nice and clean.
Grammy's my style.
Yeah.
My style, bro.
But I could get that with the Canon 7D. So I started making these films, And then I started making music videos because the films that I was making, I was just putting out on Vimeo and YouTube, and no one was really watching it beyond people at Emerson College.
Like your mom watches it.
Yeah.
And they hit like and
Right.
like
But
you guys
then,
should hit like.
exactly. But then I moved on to music videos because I figured that I could piggyback off of the success of, other artists. And this was around the time that like hip hop blogs were like a big thing. So
It wasn't social at that point.
no. So started doing that. And then when the 5D Mark II came out,
Oh yeah, that was a big deal.
or was it the 3 or the 2? Was there a 3?
There's a 5. I mean, my 5D Mark IV, but the 2 was
No, it
the
was the
one
2.
that really changed everything for video.
Right. Okay. It was the 2.
Yeah.
So when the 2 came out, I had finally like saved up enough money making these super low budget music videos to buy a 5D Mark II, and I came here to Adorama, and what was it? It was probably like $3,000, maybe $3,500
Right, that sounds about right
for the body.
Back, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about
And
right.
it was the biggest purchase I'd ever made at the time. And I
Just
remember, dude, I remember standing outside of Adorama having a panic attack because I just spent all this money.
Yeah, but look where it led you. Now
Yeah, no,
you're a guest
it's
being
a-
featured.
yeah,
because of
yeah.
what- You won an Emmy. I should stress this. My man won an Emmy, and not just an Emmy, but making a commercial for Cat's Deli here in New York.
Yeah.
You want to talk about legacy flex? Not only
Thank
did you get to do and you featured people that are
Yeah.
genuine. Actually, I'll play right now, but look at you bought a camera here
Yeah.
a million years ago.
Yeah.
You stuck to it. And now, because of that, well, not because of that, but you
No,
went
it's
for it, right?
because of it.
This commercial is so funny to me because you can just tell that these guys are, they're trying to read a script, but they're not. Like, this is like what they would say. But
When you see these guys, that's just one guy, right?
oh no, I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know. Yeah. In this situation, he's playing his brother. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
His twin brother.
Every time this guy comes up on my Instagram, I got to stop.
Yeah. Costco chicken guy, Dave.
Unbelievable.
He's the best. Unbelievable.
And it's funny because someone in the chat right now is saying, as a non-New Yorker, I live vicariously through Nico's work.
Oh, thanks.
And I totally believe it. Yeah. Matthew's Grip is saying the 5D Mark II is a workhorse. It was a very revolutionary camera at the time, changed a lot for people shooting hybrid at the time.
Right.
The autofocus for video was a big deal.
Do people still use 5D?
Yeah.
7D?
Yeah,
No?
I see 5D Mark IVs walking out of here all the time.
No way.
When it's not always about the new gear. It's sometimes about like, I know this tool, what it does, and I want that
Right,
tool.
right.
Some people are diehard DSLR. They're like, no mirrorless for me. I want optical, and that's fine.
Right.
There's no right answer to
Right.
this.
Dude, I shot so much shit on that, man. Like I shot, at
still
one
have it?
point I still have it because I didn't want to. I could probably sell it for like $700, but I was like, you know what? Like this means so much to me, just as a relic. Like because I created so much, great work and to my standards.
You should do an autobiography using that camera.
Yeah.
You should use that camera.
I'm
do
sure
it.
it still works,
I'm
but
sure it still works. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I was, making these like super low budget music videos and graduated from Emerson College, moved back to New York, living with I was living in Brooklyn for a year, kept making music videos. But I kind of like felt like I had exhausted all my resources.
Okay.
Because when you're making low budget music videos, the city, you kind of have to like use the city as your backdrop and like steal locations and whatever.
Oh, you're
And
not buying lights.
No.
You're just going for it.
I feel like I just like exhausted everything, all my resources. So I was like, the only way that I can move forward in this industry is to move to Los Angeles.
Really?
So I moved to Los Angeles on a whim. I didn't have my driver's license because I'm born and raised here. Failed my test 3 times while I was out there. Had to share a room with somebody from Craigslist. Wasn't booking any work. It was miserable. So after 6 months, I moved back to New York. Now I was back living with my parents. And one day I was just like hanging out in Union Square, just like contemplating what I would do next. Because at this point I was like, there's no way I can make it as a music video director. What am I going to do? And out of the corner of my eye, I noticed this New York City character who I'd seen all throughout high school. He was this 6'7" white guy with dreadlocks who carried around a 10-pound sign that said, "The 6'7" Jew will freestyle rap and heal you."
Wow.
And I'd seen him all throughout high school, and in my head, he was like this celebrity. Really, he was just like a guy that everyone knew because he was so recognizable and he was outside. But
and this is before Instagram.
no, this was no. this was during Instagram. So this was like 2013, I guess.
Oh, this is prime time to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
someone like
Oh, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So you approached him?
so I approached him, and up until that point, I was generally pretty shy. Like I would never go and just talk to a stranger, but I was like at a low point, trying to figure out what I was going to do next. Went up, started talking to him. To my surprise, he was just like a normal dude. We ended up walking around the city together. And at the end of us hanging out, I asked if I could make a documentary on him. I'd never made a documentary before, but I had my 5D. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, I had my little Sennheisers. So I made this day in the life documentary of this New York City character.
Cool.
And, you know, it ended up being pretty good. And I was like, I can keep making these. Like, it doesn't cost me any money. Like, can shoot it all myself. So I ended up making like 16 episodes of this series about New York City characters. So
Where did you publish?
It was all on YouTube.
Okay.
So
it's still there?
Yeah, it's called Know Your City, Know Your City. You know, in retrospect, like it's not the best thing you'll ever watch.
Yeah, but if you connect with it, who cares?
Yeah, no, of course. But yeah, it's all still up there. And then so this was in like 2013. It was like there were a lot of web series on YouTube at this time. So no, it's Know Your City. Yeah, that's one of them. That's Larry the Birdman.
Oh, I know Larry the. I don't know, but I know.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like these are all people that you recognize, but maybe don't know their stories.
Every time I see this guy, someone is in the background whispering, "Oh, that guy's got to be getting sick or has the best immune system."
No, he's got an amazing immune system.
Oh, I'm going to subscribe to this one.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, you can subscribe, but there's definitely nothing new being posted.
I don't care. I'll blow through these. I mean, what are you kidding me? Like this is a 3-minute video that would probably make me go, I see this guy every day. Now I know what this guy's about.
Right.
Like, how cool is that?
So, yeah. So we were making like, how many views does this have?
This has 24,000.
Oh, that's better. Okay. I mean, it's been 10 years, but at the time, like they weren't getting any views. So I was like, what can I do? Like, I feel like I'm telling these amazing stories. What can I do to reach a wider audience? And it was around the time that Instagram had introduced. I mean, someone would have to check me on the timeline. I'm not sure if it was they introduced video or 60-second video. I think it was maybe they introduced 60-second video. So I was like, maybe I should transfer this over to Instagram and see how it works. So basically, instead of going out with my 5D, shooting these like fully, you know, not produced films, but you know what I mean. I would just go out, shoot everything on my iPhone, upload in real time, you know, the same sort of characters that you would see in this Know Your City series, and have them sort of be like reoccurring on my page. And then that started sort of taking off. So that was 2013, I guess, 2014.
You know why I think it's so successful? No matter who you feature or film or whatever, you never treat them like a spectacle. You approach them from, tell me where you're from. Like it's a connective, organic, genuine place. It's not like someone coming from out of town going, let's show you the freaks of New York. It's like, they're not freaks.
Yeah.
There's just intense stories here.
Yeah.
And if someone got to a point where they're feeding birds every day and he's not just, by the way, the Birdman is not just feeding birds. That dude is like raising these birds in his arms. Yeah. Like all day you watch this. And he's also into karate.
Yes. Yes, he is.
What has been some of your favorites? Have some stuck out? Have some stories that you've wanted to revisit? Like,
yeah. And those stories I'm trying to tell more like, you know, fleshed out full length films. And that's kind of what I did with 26.2. You know, I've been covering the marathon, for like the past 5 years. And only 2 years ago, I started going to the finish line, and I started just like getting incredible footage of people crossing the finish line and seeing like the emotion wave, you know, come over them. And I was like, what are their stories? Like there's over 50,000 people who run this marathon. They're all doing it for a reason. Maybe I should try to explore that, dive deeper. So that's how 26.2 came about. I picked 4 runners.
But you found a specific group of like misfits.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there was like a casting process. Like I interviewed a lot of people. And those were the 4 stories that like really stuck out to me.
I loved it. I got to tell you, like, I was like, you know, sometimes when I do this show, I got to like research the guest, and it's a bit of a chore because it was just like, you know, meat and potatoes type work. And I was like, oh, the marathon, like I've lived here my whole life. But what I don't think people realize, and I guess you take it for granted because it's every year, the city just gets better during the marathon.
Oh, it
People
does.
are striving. People are cheering for other people.
man.
People just get psyched to make a dumb sign to go stand there and cheer for some people, or just the neighborhoods alone have their own flavor of when they're coming through the neighborhood. But those stories were like, people finally are looking to accomplish something, and the marathon is so finite. It's this day, it's this long. There was one guy who took like a day or something. The last guy,
so he was one of my guys was Joel, and he was the official last place finisher of 2023. He finished in 9.5 hours. He walked the marathon.
And why did he walk it?
Just because he can, and he wanted to raise money for people with leukemia, and he's been doing it for like, I think 15 years now.
It's this really rare citywide shared moment that I really take it for granted. And I think your film made me go like, you know what am I doing? Like,
Thanks,
I should,
man. I'm not a runner. I don't care about running, but the film is, to me, it's a film about running, but it's not a film about running.
It's a little bit of a love letter. It's a little bit.
It really is just like telling these incredible stories of perseverance with the marathon sort of as the backdrop.
I think it also helps some people mitigate or negotiate things they're going through.
Yeah.
Like it gives you something to focus on, something to strive on. It's also gets your body. Once your body's in gear, your mental goes in gear, So it's just this really interesting time of year. And I think if you haven't lived here or been through it, you just think it's like, they just close down some streets and it's a pain,
And people are training for, 6 months to a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a lot of work.
I always thought you would do and maybe you've already did, I haven't seen it. I always thought you would do an amazing film about the Mermaid Parade.
Oh.
Because there's such wackadoo stories that happen there. And there's like drama of them canceling it. And the casino they're trying to put down there. I think you're the guy. I think you're the guy to do that. I love that.
Well, I go to the Mermaid Parade every year, but it's a good time.
There's also it's also, if you didn't know, the Mermaid Parade, it's also the oldest parade in New York, I believe.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
You know more than I do.
It's also the biggest mess. Like you could jump the barricade and you're in the parade. But it also, from a photography standpoint, there's always a tintype wet plate guy, large format guy. There's old time.
Yeah.
It's where old Brooklyn meets the art kids.
Yep.
And it's just this like smashing. My favorite part of it is, though, and no one will ever cover this, is the people who live in that area will charge people to park in front of their house.
Oh yeah, but I know the spot by the church on like right off Surf Ave, I think, charges like $20. So that's the spot to do it.
Nathan's there will charge you $60 for a hot dog that day, so don't worry about it, right? How long did it take you to finally commit to doing the marathon video? Like when you get this idea in your head, and you're all in, because the marathon video isn't just you. Yeah. You're getting a production company.
No, that was a whole crew. That was, so basically what happened was, it's a long story that I'll make short, but 3 years ago, I really wanted to go to the finish line, but they're very secure over there. Like they don't even let press in. You have to be a part of New York Roadrunners, or like they let some press in, but it's not like any other sort of parade in New York where you can just go pull up with your press pass. Like you need a special credentials.
I wonder what that's.
So I really wanted to go, but I didn't have any connection. And 3 years ago, I managed to sneak in. And I was there for about 15 minutes before I got kicked out. And in those 15 minutes, I got some really incredible footage, which I posted and kind of went viral. So New York Roadrunners saw it and they were like, this is incredible. Like we invite you back next year, like with permission.
That's amazing.
So I went back with permission, had like 3 hours to spend there, got even more amazing footage, another video that went viral. And then I was like, guys, this is great and all, but why don't we make something bigger? And then I pitched the idea to them, and we just spent more time, and that's kind of how it
you're gonna tell me, with all the things you do, you don't got like a stack of PBA cards to get you through a barricade?
Well, I have my press pass.
Yeah, but
and that works.
You got to know somebody.
I'm just saying, like the marathon is very secure, as it should be.
That's crazy. If you guys want to check out that film, the Heller Films tag on Instagram, we'll take it to the link. He's got all his links on there. Vimeo
26.2 on YouTube.
26.2, which is cool because now you just put it out at the same time. YouTube lets you do the collaboration, which is a big help in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just amazing to me how embedded you get. I mean, you got married at Katz's Deli. Like I can't get over these things, right? But it's just where do we go from here? Is there a New York Nico outside of New York? Do you want to tell bigger stories? Like, is it really about where we are here? And everything's here.
Yeah.
But like, is New York Nico a bigger idea than New York?
Well, I love traveling. Sometimes I get stir crazy here. My wife's from Tokyo, so I get to go there.
Nice.
I love Tokyo. But, you know, I think the real like essence of what I do is telling, you know, unique stories about people. I love people. I just happen to live in New York and I happen to love New York, and that's where all my people are.
Yeah.
I don't see myself ever moving. So can I do it somewhere else? Sure. But I'm just here all the time. And also I don't know, I just connect with New Yorkers on a deeper level. Like I've just been here all my life, so I know it. You know, I know my neighbors, I know the New York attitude, I know the mentality.
It's also so different every other block. Like every neighborhood is just so different, and people don't.
But there is like a common through line.
It's
you know,
tough
like
to
I was
be here, all that, you know.
It's interesting because, like, you know, my good friend who runs this record store on Bleecker Street, his name's Jamal. He's originally from Palestine, but he has been here for like 35 years, and he's like one of the most New York dudes you'll ever know. You know, it's like you don't have to be born here to like have that New York attitude. I feel like, especially if you're a business owner and like you talk to New Yorkers every day, it kind of like rubs off on you.
Yeah, I think people get this idea of what we are, and then they cosplay it, and then you get like off put by it. And I guess that's the transplant thing. Yeah. If you move into a neighborhood and you try changing the culture of a neighborhood, you're the issue. That's my opinion anyway. Is there some story that you're going to chase after next that's past the marathon? Have you been looking at a few things?
Yeah, I'm working on some things. Nothing that I can talk about just yet because it's still materializing. But yeah, I'm just trying to tell longer stories now. Dude. I'm not burnt out, but I want to go further than just telling like these 60 to 90 second stories on Instagram.
But it's also not just you, because I remember I ran into Steve Sweatpants, who Steve Irby was on this show. You can check it out. He was like, yeah, I had to get into Comic-Con through New York Nico as a press pass. And I was like, wait, he's got satellite people doing stuff? I was like, this is amazing. But so is New York Nico, is it a bunch of creators now? Or is it really just
it's just me.
Oh, it is just you.
But yeah, I mean, for some things, like I'll say that I need an assistant so I can help get my friends in.
Yeah.
So that's how Steve gets in. He's technically an employee when he needs to go.
Every time I run into him, he hits me up every year. It's like, did you get your press pass? I'm like, yeah, I got one. Well, not my press pass. They give me a content creator pass now.
Oh, okay.
Because I cover all the photographer setup, and I guess no one covers that, so they appreciate it. I guess.
Great.
I never thought they'd care, but I think it's its own culture inside the culture,
right?
And I think it's an ecosystem. You know, the cosplayers come, they need to get photographed. Blah blah blah. What has been like as a connective point for you? As on a personal. I know they're all personal, but like, what's been the project so far that has been most connective for you?
That's a great question. Well, just because we were talking about it, the Cat's Deli commercial, that was just like
you won an Emmy, dude.
So the reason why I made that commercial is so that I could get a huge discount on my wedding venue.
That is such hustle culture. It's not even funny.
My wife and I really wanted to get married at Katz's, but obviously that's a huge price tag.
It's a $30 pastrami sandwich.
Yeah. So imagine. But I'm friends with them, you know. So I asked, like, what can we do to make this work? And they're like, well, if you direct a commercial for us on your dime, so I had to like pay for it myself, we'll give you a very generous discount.
Do you think they even need a commercial though? They have a line around the block.
No, they don't. That's why it's the first commercial they've ever made. But
that's a cool flex too.
Yeah, but we made it, and it was also like one of the only scenarios where I had complete creative control over a commercial.
Did you have to pitch them a few options, or that was it?
No, that was it. They told me we want to do something that advertises free shipping, or I'm sorry, nationwide shipping. Right? No, they do it themselves.
Oh, okay. Send a salami to your boy in the
exactly.
Army.
So me, my friend David Hurwitz, we kind of wrote this concept together and pitched it to them. They were super down. They didn't give me any sort of guardrails or anything. So, but that's very rare because I come from doing commercials, you know, with an agency and brand and a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and you know, it never ends up the way you want it. I mean, that's not true, but they always end up giving you feedback that, you know, maybe you don't agree with, and you have to do it because they're paying for it and whatever. But this, I had complete creative control, and it went on to like win all these awards, including an Emmy.
What's better than that? You were
No.
complete autonomy and you cleaned up.
Yeah.
Like that's sick, dude. You should,
And then when we got the Emmy, I brought it back to Katz's, and we ate there that night.
nice.
And recreated that photo of Paul Giamatti with his Golden Globe at In-N-Out.
Yeah.
That was definitely a highlight.
It's funny when you think, because when I heard you did the commercials, like they don't need a commercial.
Yeah.
You literally can't
No.
get in the place.
No.
Although it's a myth. People can't get into Cats on a weekend, and that's when all the tourists go. If you go middle of the day, you can go right in there. I'm sorry, but like people just don't get it. And when I see people waiting online forever, I'm like, just come back tomorrow.
Well, I actually just did another video with them. It's actually the last video I posted on Instagram. I wanted to do a piece on their ticket guys.
Oh yeah. So
Because so if you, for those who don't know, if you lose your ticket, so okay, when you enter Katz's, you get a ticket, and then
this one, right?
no, one more.
This one.
Well, that's the photo of me at Katz's with the Emmy, but
Which one are we talking about?
well, that's the photo.
This is the photo. With
Yeah.
the Emmy.
And then
Just baller as hell,
thanks,
man.
and then
Oh,
the
green lady.
yeah, but yeah, the one with the guy on the left, top left, right there.
So if you don't know, when you walk into Cats, they hand you a ticket that's like, it looks like you're in a raffle, but you're not. It's got a bunch of numbers on it. Every time you order, you give it to the guy. They write down what you got. They strike a number, and that's how they add up your tab pretty much. And then on your way out, you give the ticket, you pay whatever it is. If you lose the ticket, if you don't have the ticket, they throw $50 at you. Well, I mean, they take they a
It's
$50
$50
fine.
plus the cost of all the food you ate, which I'm like, how do you know if you don't have the ticket? And they're like, oh, we have cameras. It's like, oh, wow, that's high tech.
It's like they've never changed this system.
Yeah.
People.
Well, they haven't been doing the ticket, or wait, no, they haven't been. Maybe it's like the fine. They haven't been doing the fine that long. It's only been like 15 years.
Yeah, but the ticket's been for.
Oh yeah, the ticket I think's been.
It's they have T-shirts with the ticket
yeah.
on it, but what people just don't get. Like I watch people come from other worlds and they come in there like, what am I supposed to do with this? And they don't care. They will not change. They don't care how confusing it is. They don't care how old it is. They don't care how they just will not change it.
But to my point, what I was saying was, if you're a New Yorker, you can get in. Like you can skip the line. I think it's like an unofficial, maybe, maybe depending on their mood, but for the most part, like,
I don't know.
You're
special,
because
right?
obviously Katz's is such a tourist, attraction.
But they all complain about the price.
Right. But I personally think that it's the best pastrami and an incredible environment. And they also, like, the people who work there have been there forever.
Yeah, that's
They're
thing.
the nicest people. They're
And
so
tip 'em.
cool.
Would you tip
Oh yeah.
them, please?
So I also interviewed the cutters, and I was like, "What's an average tip? Like, what?" They're like, $5 is like expected. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I asked, "What's the most you've been tipped?" And they're like, "We've been tipped like $100 a few times."
Yeah, but there's some ballers that walk in there.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
for
there's
sure.
some hardcore, but like
Trying to impress a lady.
Oh, or they're just like one of the crypto bros or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've seen people go in there and just like shocked, and I'm like, you walked in. They don't need you. Like, look at this, right? But you can also eat that sandwich for like 2 days.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm big on the. I get a pint of matzah because they do the big matzah ball that I like.
Yeah.
I get a square knish.
Yeah.
And then I do the lean pastrami on rye
I do the lean
dry.
too. I always get clowned by them when I ask for lean.
They do and then you watch them cut away and throw away stuff, and you're like, I feel horrible, but.
Well, because you're not getting the full flavor. I get it, but like,
Yeah,
we
It's
also got to
cooked.
watch our girlish figure.
I don't like chewing. I
Yeah.
don't like the chewiness of,
Yeah.
but like I'm also a New York Jew. Like I know pastrami, man. I'm sorry.
Do you
my
have
dad
a favorite
raised me.
pastrami spot?
I actually really love Cats.
Yeah.
There's-
It's like not cool to say it because it's like everyone knows Cats. It's like a tourist attraction, but in reality, it's my favorite. I also love Liebman's in Riverdale.
I like Pastrami King also.
Pastrami King.
But-
Pastrami King or Pastrami Queen?
No, it's Ice's Queen, Pastrami King.
Oh.
Ice's Queen is the Ice's
Okay.
spot. Wait,
Oh no, you're right.
it's
You're
on
right.
70 something.
Yeah.
But what people don't get is a lot of other pastrami is machine sliced and it's
Right.
really thin.
Right.
What you get with
I don't like thin.
Yeah, what
I
you
like
get
the
with Cats
chunks.
is it falls apart.
Yeah.
So there's guys that manually cut it,
Yeah.
and even like the performance of it,
Yeah.
and how neat they make the
Yeah.
sandwich. I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, so if you go to Cats, tip those guys, please. And they give you like a sample while they're cutting it.
Yeah.
You know, if you tip.
Yeah.
If you don't tip, you don't get that sample.
Also, if you're there, you should also go to Punjabi Deli, which is across the street,
Yeah.
which is also an amazing spot. Go to.
Lower East Side is full.
Yeah, Lower East Side is great.
I mean, if you can, you can walk the. So I walk home from here sometimes when the weather's nice. My stomach is full by the time I get to the bridge, and I will not have it any other way.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bakery?
Bakery. I mean, you got to be more specific. What kind of baked goods?
That's fair. So I'm big on Italian bakeries. I like the older the better.
Yeah.
My two favorites are Venero and Rocco.
So Venero is where I got my first birthday cake.
Okay. Wow.
Rocco's great too. I went to school around there, so I have been there a bunch. Well, okay, I will say my my favorite cake, like where I got my wedding cake and birthday cakes, whatever, is Lloyd's carrot cake.
What?
In Harlem.
Okay.
They have a location in Harlem and they have a location in the Bronx. It's carrot cake. I don't know. I mean, I guess, either you love or hate it. I love it.
Yeah.
They just make it the best. It's like so moist and man, it's
What
very good. It's been around since like the 60s or 70s.
Okay, so it's got some.
What other
legacy in it.
bakeries? I love Via Bata Alba. That's near you.
Is it?
Well, Bensonhurst.
Oh well, yeah, I haven't been near Bensonhurst in a while.
But they have amazing cannolis. They ship the cannoli cream from Sicily.
Good cannolis are so hard to come by sometimes.
Mhm.
What about favorite bagel spot?
Favorite bagel spot? I mean, I love Utopia Bagels.
Yeah, that's a given. Yeah.
Greenberg's Bagels. I don't know. I'm not a bagel snob, to be honest with you.
I get a little snobby with it
Yeah.
because when you're not in New York and you get bagels,
Yeah.
it is a nightmare.
But there's so many good bagel spots in New York.
because they do it right, they
Yeah.
boil them.
Yeah,
What is so hard with other states? Boil the bagels.
Yeah, and hand roll them.
Yes. Why? I can't tell you how offensive it is to get a bagel outside of New York and you're like, what don't you get? They have to crack?
Yeah.
Why aren't they cracking?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Are you gonna ask me a pizza too?
Well, I think pizza's so subjective. I've given
know.
up on asking people.
Yeah.
And everyone hates my spot. I really do like artichoke pizza a lot.
Oh wow,
Yeah, everyone says the same thing.
I've never
Like,
had artichoke pizza.
It's
It's too big
I'm
and sloppy.
so I'll give you that. But
Which a lot of people like that. It's cool.
I like that the chunk of mozz.
Yeah.
I like the dough.
Mhm.
I like how heavy the sauce is. I'm a heavy sauce guy.
Yeah.
But I get one slice meatball pepperoni. I'm good. I'm good. And the guys know me. It feels
Yeah.
good. They always play old music.
Okay.
I don't know. There's something about the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then there are what I call standard slices, which is like hood slices, $2 slices,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Guy across the street from me, if I go away on to work, every time I come back, he's like, "Where you been? What's up?" Throws Halloween candy in the box for me all the time.
wow.
Made a shirt for me with my name on it. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I loved it. That's what I love about this.
Yeah, yeah.
But pizza, one of the best things about pizza is one, it's the one food that no matter how busy you are, you can slam a slice.
Yep.
Two, it's the most communal food out there,
Yeah.
period. There's nobody that you throw a pizza down goes,
Yeah.
unless they're like gluten-free, whatever, but there's pizza for everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and we did the Adorama pizza box. What am I going to say? No, like the Brooklyn Reflector. Oh, then now they're lighting up. Okay. See, so you're asking about pizza places. Good batch of Baker's Girlfriend Cookies for Gotham. So good. Not a pastrami fan, but I love a good fresh sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of the best delis. I'll say the New York
do.
Deli Game I think Boar's Head is a New York chain, isn't it?
Is it? I have no idea.
Polio is.
Is it?
Yeah, Polio is New
Wow.
York. Yeah, I know that. Oh my God. What do you think is the most underrated spot in New York? And I'm not just talking about food, but like just something to experience in New York that you feel is just so underrated that doesn't get love.
Oh man.
Because everyone goes like, I'm going to go to Strawberry Fields or whatever. Like,
Underrated.
I don't want to blow up a secret spot, but I got to know what you feel. People, if they come to New York, they should at least try feel it out.
That's
It's a tough one.
that is a tough one.
I think the Brooklyn Promenade gets overlooked a lot, but
Oh, the Brooklyn Promenade's amazing.
I think it gets over. It has a carousel now. Like, give me a break.
Yeah. Brooklyn Promenade, they shot one of my favorite New York movies there, 25th Hour.
25th Hour is
Why aren't we talking about New York movies?
New York. So
Has anyone asked about that yet?
25th Hour is an incredible film, especially the famous rant
Yes.
part, which still holds
You know that
up.
was the first movie shot in New York after 9/11?
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
One of my favorite New York movies ever, forever, and will always be forever.
Give me a hint.
The Professional.
Okay, that's fine. Professional, but that's not a New York.
Yes, it is. Are you
They
out
shot
of
it
your mind,
in France?
bro? It is. the macaroni store is where they shot the or was it the pork store? It's
The profession, like Leon, the
Leon.
profession, that takes place in New York,
yeah.
but it wasn't shot in New York.
Maybe some of it wasn't shot in New York, but it's a New York movie, man.
That's like calling Eyes Wide Shut a New York movie.
Well, that was shot in London.
Yeah.
So, but then there's also one, and you're gonna laugh at this one. You're gonna and make fun of me all you want.
Okay.
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, that's great.
It's
movie.
the best time of New York.
Yeah.
Like it was right before the smartphone junk.
Yeah.
It was still, and it was just, I love that whole vibe of that movie. But New York movies, I think, what's funny about them is how crazy the eras shift the way the city comes across in every time they film something here.
Yeah.
There's very few timeless New York movies.
Yeah.
You can still have Harry Met Sally, right? Like, I mean, you can do the Cat's Deli thing all you want. Rob Reiner,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like it gets dated, very easily. 'Cause New York changes so fast.
And I mean, we lost a lot of landmarks. I mean, the Domino Sugar Factory went down. Look, the skyline. Every time you see an old 90s movie, you're like, oh, there's the Twin Towers. And you're like, whoa, I went on a school trip there.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of nuts.
I think my favorite New York movie is, I'd probably give a different answer every time, but Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Love Midnight Cowboy. I love Good Time. So the director of Marty Supreme.
Okay.
Which is also an amazing New York movie, but Good Time is, I would say that it's my favorite, but I feel like it came out too recently for me to say that,
Okay.
Like I feel like you need to sort of give props to some of the older films, but Good Time to me is like a perfect New York movie.
Ghostbusters
is great.
I mean,
I'm trying to think of some more unoriginal answers. There's this movie that Tom Hardy, I think it was James Gandolfini's last movie. It's called The Drop. It takes place in Brooklyn.
I did not see
That's a great New York movie. I actually during COVID I made a list of my favorite New York movies, and there's like 200 on there, and I ranked it.
You should do a YouTube video where you talk it out. I would.
Well, it was so polarizing. Obviously, people, and I don't like polarizing. I like, I don't like arguing with people in the comments. I don't like other people arguing with each other. And even though it's so innocent, like people can get really cruel. Like, you have fucking horrible. Oh, sorry. You have really horrible taste. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't.
Look, my life exists on this. I can't tell you everything that could possibly be judged about me has been judged. And after a while, you're just like, you're just.
Oh, After Hours is one of my favorite New York movies.
After Hours.
That's Scorsese.
I should know this if it's Scorsese.
It's incredible. Griffin Dunn. I actually made a short film that played at Tribeca 3 years ago, and it was very inspired by After Hours. It basically is like one night in Soho, this guy just like needs to get uptown to get home, and loses his money, like keeps getting into trouble. Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be Kurt Russell movies from New York that I'm not thinking about right now.
Yeah.
But it's just, you could just type in New York and then you get
Kurt Russell.
Yeah. There's
Kurt Russell. Oh, you mean Escape from New York?
Well, there was Escape from New York for sure.
Yeah.
I think Escape from LA was horrible personally, but Escape from New York.
Yeah. Escape from New York is classic.
I mean, unbelievable. Snake Plissken. Come on, dude.
But I wouldn't consider that a New York movie.
Goodfellas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, of course. Goodfellas.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I should have totally. And that's a Canadian in the chat telling me this. I feel ashamed. I have to Gangs of New York. So 5 points.
I love Gangs of New York.
5 Points Now is a really interesting place.
Yeah.
We had the illegal graffiti walls for a while.
Yeah.
There's a big dispute that happens there, but then there's to bring back that culture.
Wait, is that where 5 points were?
I always thought that was.
No, I think the 5 points was.
Am I wrong? Because why would there be more than 1 5 points?
That would be interesting to look up. I don't think it was. I
think that's what it is.
No. Really?
Why would they call 2 places 5 points?
I don't know.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Huh.
Escape from New York. Yeah. Oh man, we're hitting time, guys. He's got to get out of here because he's super popular.
No, I'm not.
Check out Guide to NYC. That's my man's book. It's been around for quite a while, but also check out Bingo, boom, Heller Films for everything we've been talking about. Also, New York Nico on Instagram. If you just want to have like a good moment during your day, when his feed comes up, you're going to get to know someone really quick that has a legacy here in one of the greatest cities in the world. I know we're biased because we're New Yorkers, but people from all the world come here for a reason. And it's endless stories. And I think it's one of the best places for creators. And I think you found your niche. I mean, you really, and nothing stopped him, right? He's like, I got this camera. I don't care what it is. And it's still a great camera, but you just were like, I can do this. I'm going to go do this. And that's really all you need. That's the biggest tool you need as a creator. And let me just tell you, this guy was like, I don't really do podcasts. So I really thank you so much for coming through. Hopefully we can get him to do some kind of meetup or something or some kind of event here. But check out everything that he's got going on Vimeo and YouTube, right? Both? Yeah. So the marathon is on Vimeo.
That's on YouTube. Yeah.
So check out the marathon video is really great. I don't care where you're from. All right. Man, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Great. Enjoy the rest of your week. Go check out my demo from last night on the Adorama Events channel. Tomorrow, Daniel Norton is live for Meeting for Skin Tones, and later today on the Events channel, they're going to do a Sony a7 IV stream with Mike Below from Sony. So a lot of stuff going on. It's the end of the year. We're doing whatever we can. Guys, be good to each other. Enjoy your week, and we will see you on the next one. Later, guys. Peace.